Extremely difficult, if not outright unbearable weather for the majority of the country. There's wind chill alerts in effect this morning from North Dakota all the way to Florida, not to mention all the snow that's piling up and the very dangerous ice on a lot of our roads.
There was something always about the Catskills that drew me in. Located about 130 miles up north from New York City, it's quite the place. And with certain weather conditions, the Catskills turns into a different world. The vertical world. This is my buddy Braxton, who introduced and quite literally my guide into this world. But first, let's take a quick dive into what makes the Catskills so interesting. The Catskills began existence as a river delta 350 million years ago. As continental drift pushed up the Appalachians, the delta region rose almost uniformly into a plateau rather than breaking up into smaller mountains. This resulted in streams that formed over time and has eroded gaps and valleys, leaving today's mountains. Dutch established a port at Catskill Creek around 1650. By the 1800s, goods from tan hides to honey passed over its docks. A product of particular importance in those days before mechanical refrigeration was ice. Local companies harvested millions of tons each winter from the frozen Hudson River, and blocks were swaddled in sawdust and stored in wooden ice houses. Enough of the harvest stayed frozen as the weather warmed to keep Catskill shipping ice to New York City to cool food in spring and summer. Now this perfectly segues into what Braxton and I are actually doing this day. Ice climbing. So Braxton, so what are we doing today, man?
Oh, we're going ice climbing. Yeah. We're going to the Devil's Kitchen for I think your 4th day ever ice climbing.
Yeah.
Right?
I trust this dude with my life.
Yeah, I trust him too. But I've been ice climbing for 4 days straight.
Yep. You just came from Colorado, alright? An ice climbing festival.
My feet hurt. I got like 2 hours of sleep last night because I flew in last night, and here we go.
Alright.
Yeah.
So we're just loading up, packing our gear, and we're actually going to be climbing into a ravine pretty soon. So I'll catch you guys up soon. So Braxton, when did you get into climbing?
When? About 10 years ago. I turned 31 last month, December 30th, and now that that's about 10 years, I can comfortably say.
Yeah. And how'd you get into climbing in the first place?
Ooh, that's a long. We're going this way.
Okay.
Well, that's a long story. I was going to Dutchess. I was a college kid, and I hated the direction my life was going.
I feel you on that, brother.
Yeah, oh my God, I hated where my life was going. I was so miserable and depressed. So, really, I started praying to God. Not even kidding. Started praying to God to take me to new places and to show me new things. And I found a love for climbing, for trees, and for arboriculture. And I met a guy named Cam, and he started teaching me. And
great guy, buddy.
Yeah, he's great. And I threw myself into it. I mean, that's a whole video in itself, just me telling the story of how I got into it.
Give me the gist of it. Wow, what club? I remember you said you went to an adventure club.
Yeah, so I was going to Dutchess Community College, like I said, completely hating my life. And, I was coming back from class one day, just super depressed. I don't remember if I was crying, but I hated my life. I was living in a garage. It really sucked. And when I found climbing, it gave me a purpose. Really, it was really awesome. Yeah. But it's time to put our crampons on.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, hey, putting on my gaiters.
Welcome to the vertical world.